Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Lanky Trader. So today is 26th of April 2025. Today is a Saturday. So I'm going to run you guys through the trade I took this week from Monday to yesterday, which was Friday. So on 21st of April, which was Monday, we have our setup. So I trade the opening range breakouts on US 30 on the 15-minute time frame. So what opening range breakout means is we wait for on 9:30 New York time. That's 9:30 New York time. We wait for the 15-minute candle, the first 15-minute candle to close at 9:30. Once that candle closes, we go to the 5-minute time frame and wait for a 5-minute break out of that 15-minute range. So when we have that 5-minute break, we enter. If it breaks below, we sell. If it breaks above, we buy. While we are entering on the 5-minute candle close below is so that we can have an earlier entry and have better risk to reward. That's just the reason. So yeah, so we put our stops above the range. You can just go like maybe few ticks above the stop so that you don't get stopped out frequently, and we target the 1 to 2. So if we're entering on the 15 minutes, if we're entering on the earlier, like on the 5-minute setup, target the 1 to 2. Then on the 15 minutes, we target roughly 1 to 2, 1 to 1.5, and the strategy wins about 58% of the time. So you need very, very strict risk management so that you can be very profitable with the strategy. So let's walk through my trade this week. So on Monday, we marked out our opening range, our 15 minutes opening range. So in Nigerian time, that's 2:30 p.m. every day. New York time 9:30, Nigerian time 2:30 every day. So we'll mark it out. That's we'll mark it out. The black square is our 15 minutes, the blue square is our 5-minute range. So we'll mark it out, and as you can see, we waited for our break, we entered our trade, and we caught the 1 to 2. So that's how our Monday's trade went. So on Tuesday, same principle, we'll mark out our 15-minute range, then we wait for a 5-minute break out of that 15-minute range, and we target a 1 to 2, and you can see that our trade worked out perfectly. So this gave a 1 to 4, but I normally take my profit at 1 to 2. Like, I don't really care about whatever it does after that. I just close at 1 to 2. So just keep it mechanical like that, you understand? So yeah, so that's how Tuesday's trade went. So on Wednesday, I made a mistake on Wednesday. So normally I'm supposed to wait for a 15-minute candle to close. Then after the 15-minute candle close, we now wait for a 5-minute breakout. But unfortunately, there was no 5-minute breakout. Let me show you guys. So if you go to the 5-minute time frame, you see that there was no 5-minute break above, but on our 5-minute opening range, we broke out of that. So I entered on the 5-minute opening range, but my strategy says I'm supposed to enter at the 15 minutes, but I was doing other things. As you guys know, I have a 9 to 5, so I have other things I'm doing, so I was kind of juggling two things at that point in time. So as I was doing that, I said, okay, since he broke out of the 15 minutes, let me just enter from the 15 minutes, because I had other things I was doing. So I did that, and only to come back to the chart, and I saw that there were rejections above the 15-minute range, and he ended up breaking below. So I lost some money there, lost on my Fiverr account, on my 5k Fiverr account, and I think I also took the trade on my E8. So what now happened was, when he now broke out of maybe actually made the actual move in lines with my strategy, which is breaking out of the 15-minute range, I waited for a retest, and on that retest I entered my stops at the high, and I targeted the 1 to 2. But unfortunately, we didn't get the 1 to 2 because I think due to momentum, we are heading towards the end of the day, and I don't like carrying my trades to the next day. But because of the loss, I said, okay, let me just keep the trade running. I broke even and kept the trade running to the next day. So we were able to get a 1 to 1.4 out of the trade. Then I closed the trade because the market was slowing down and we are entering New York session and we had to prepare for the new setup for that day. So let's go back to the 15-minute time frame. So yeah, so Wednesday's trade was very slow. I didn't really, it just killed my spirits that week, but we made it up on Thursday. So our Thursday setup was a sweet setup, clean setup, one of my best setups. So we marked out our opening range. So structurally wise, this was a very perfect setup because we took this high, we had a break of structure here, we took this low, then market tapped into this other block with the 15-minute opening range. With the 15-minute candle tapped into this other block, then immediately that candle closed on the 5 minutes. We found a 5-minute break above the 15-minute range, and yeah, we targeted the 1 to 2 stops at the low, and we targeted the 1 to 2, and you can see the trade went perfectly. It hit our big profit. I think I took this trade on my two accounts, on the E8 and on the Fivers account, and the trade went well. So yeah, that was Thursday's trade. So now Friday was a very very painful day for me, but we just keep pushing. So on Friday we had a beautiful setup. The opening range, 15-minute range, we broke below. I entered on the 5-minute time frame. So the thing is, I don't really know why I didn't close this trade. I was supposed to manually close this trade because it gave us above 1 to 1.5. We came like to almost 1 to 1.8, and then the next candle it just rejected and went up. So it took me out at break even. So I re-entered the trade thinking that it wants to tap into the level well, then drop back. But unfortunately it stopped me out. Then I decided to have this contingency plan when I enter. Let's say, let me use this one as an example. We broke below and market did not make the move I intended it to make, and we end up breaking above the opening range and close above the opening range. I would take the buy, stops at the low of the range, and I'll target a 1 to 2, 1 to 1.5. but we ended up getting stopped out again. So at that point I just closed my system and went about my day and did other things, went and found food and ate so I can be happy, you understand. So that's how the day ended. So on my father's account I closed this trade at break even because I was in drawdown, so I just came out of drawdown, so I didn't enter the trade again on the account. But on the E8 I entered this trade and I made a loss. So I'm going to post the P&L for the E8 and the Fivers account so you guys can check that out. So that's how my week went, and this is the Lanky Trader. Please like, subscribe and share. If we hit 1k subs on this channel, I'm going to do a proper in-depth breakdown of my strategy and of my risk management, how you can trade 55% win rate strategy and still be profitable. Because after the mistakes I made and all that, I still was disciplined enough to follow my risk management, and I was still able to close the week in profit, both on my Fivers and on my E8 account. So yeah, that's how this week went. So guys, please follow, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.